This is the Dean Trailways fifth quarter.
I think you're actually here. It just kind of seems surreal.
It's something else. I still think I'm in a dream.
I'm Kevin Gale here in the Spartan locker room in Spokane. Coming up, find out what Tom Izzo and his team must do to battle a familiar face in the round of 32.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Dean Trailways fifth quarter, a very special edition tonight, or this morning. I'm Fred Heumann, always have been. Yeah, we'll talk high school hoops as we do each week, but it's a largely NCAA tournament show tonight with two of our local teams still alive and dancing at this special time of the year during March Madness. You just heard from Kevin Gale. We'll hear lots more from him in Spokane tonight, and let's get right to it. Michigan State basketball. Spartans in round two tomorrow night, 8:40, facing Harvard. Last night's sensational performance by Adrian Payne not only has all of Michigan talking, but most of the country as well. The guy was a beast in a 93-78 win over Delaware. 41 points, the most by a Spartan in 20 years, more than any Michigan State player in tournament history. Kevin Gale spent his off day working and has more from Spokane.
With a win over Delaware in their back pocket, the Spartans are back to work. A brief break here in the locker room to speak with the media in Spokane, but it's a quick turnaround. Only 48 hours between games, and Tom Izzo's staff is one of the best when the clock is ticking to a second game in a region.
Well, I think the big advantage, you know, is DJ's been with me the whole time through all of it, just about after the national championship, and you know, he's the rock of that group.
There's a blueprint for the success that coaches had over the years, and we just really follow that blueprint, and we prepare for the weekend. We prepare for all, you know, three teams, and I think that gives us a leg up.
You know, we watched, oh man, so much film. We walked through a number of different times, and I feel like that's kind of one of the things that get the other team's offense instilled in our heads. And I mean, I feel like that's what kind of makes us so good and what makes him so special as a coach.
In the Tom Izzo era, MSU is 18-3 in the second game of an NCAA tournament weekend. But this time, there's a spunky Cinderella waiting in the wings. The Harvard Crimson upset 5-seed Cincinnati in the round of 64, and those Ivy League champs are led by former Michigan coach Tommy Amaker.
I really like his team. That was no surprise to me. And my own secret pool, I thought they had a great chance and would win.
It seems like this has been a wild tournament, and anybody 4 seeds and up could be in trouble at any moment.
Well, we're definitely aware. It really doesn't matter, you know, what seed you are, because, you know, most teams who are, lower seeds are, you know, definitely here to come to make a name for themselves.
I think the underdog gets momentum in the locker room. I think the underdog gets momentum the night before the game because you're feeling so good about yourself. And, you know, there is a burden to being picked higher. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's more exciting, but reality hits when the ball's tossed, and usually after a couple minutes, if you can weather those first couple minutes of the storm, then it's just basketball.
With a win this Saturday, Michigan State would earn a ticket to the Sweet 16 for the 12th time in 17 years. The only school with more trips during that time? Duke, the same school that lost to 14-seed Mercer today. Yet another reminder, there is no such thing as a sure thing in March. In Spokane, with the Spartans, Kevin Gale, 6 Sports.
How about that? Double Kevins. As Kevin mentioned, or one of those Kevins, it's a renewal of past Big Ten coaching rivalry tomorrow. The matchup of Tommy versus Tommy. Amaker now at Harvard. He was the head coach at Michigan. Of course, from 2001-2007, Izzo owned him during that time. 7-3 against Amaker, but what a job he's done in turning Harvard's program around. 4 straight Ivy League titles, 3 straight NCAA appearances. He got fired at Michigan, but has landed on his feet in a huge way. Here's Tom on Tommy and Tommy on Tom.
We go back a long way. Prior to, you know, my time at Michigan as the head coach there, Tom's a great friend, and I have the utmost respect for him.
Amaker and I were good friends when we were recruiting Weber, and that's where we met. We were as friends as you could be with the rivalry.
And Michigan State beats Michigan 59-44.
He's the terrific basketball coach. He's an even better person. He was the first coach outside of my immediate, kind of family, if you will, that called me that when I got fired.
I'm not looking at that thing. I think Tommy kind of got a tough deal there.
Tom has been a true friend through the years, and respected him, and you see how well he's done and the greatness that he's brought to Michigan State and their campus, and not just with winning basketball games. I think he's an ambassador for the institution, for the state of Michigan, and certainly for the game of basketball.
We talked earlier in the week, in fact, and I thought his team did a great job. He probably knows us better than we know them, just because we're on TV more, and I know he follows, and he's played against us.
I wish we could wouldn't have to have this game, but certainly it's here, but I do think that he is as good as they come.
I know and worked with both men in my career. Both are classy Toms. We'll get more from Spokane later in this show. Now for Amaker's former team, Michigan. After winning last night over Wofford, a 4:10 tip-off Saturday afternoon here on TV6 against the Texas Longhorns. Let's just say the eyes of the Michigan players are upon Texas.
Some big boys, big, talented. They move really well, for guys their size. Great rebounders, good finishing around the rim.
They're a long team. They're all pretty quick. Even their big guy Ridley can run the floor. And they really look to get the ball to him in the post. So, this is gonna be a tough matchup for us, and I think that we have to be ready to step up and make the challenge.
They're a very talented team, and the fact that they're a 7 seed, you could possibly argue that they should be higher than that. So, they're gonna be a great team. They got a lot of good bigs, and I'm sure we're gonna be ready to play them.
All right, tons of NCAA tournament action on this Friday. They might as well not have seeded any teams in this tournament. Some wild upsets and near upsets in round one. None wilder than the shocker today in Raleigh, North Carolina. An upset special. That's what the tourney is all about. Happens every year. The number 2 seed facing the 15 seed, Duke against Mercer. Hard to believe this could happen. And happened right in Carolina. Can you believe it? Duke is out. Of course, the Blue Devils are in my Final Four bracket. Rip it up now. Mercer moving on, 78-71. Second time in 3 years Devils lost in round one. I believe they call that dance the Nene. I'll have to check with Kevin and Audrey. Not very into pop culture. Is that what it is, Nene? That's round one of our 3-round show tonight on this special edition of the Dean Trailways Fifth Quarter. When we come back, time to salute the only Mid-Michigan team left in the high school basketball tournament. And with the championship game to be played tomorrow afternoon, just wait till you see how the Pewamo-Westphalia Pirates spent their day between games. This story is almost too good to be true. We'll share it with you up next and only on 6. Where else? Stay with us. You gotta see this. Welcome back. We have 4 state championship high school games at the Breslin Center Saturday starting at 10 a.m. The 4:30 game is the one folks around here are really excited about. Pewamo-Westphalia chasing a Class C title. The Cardiac Pirates winners in yesterday's semifinal over Muskegon Heights, 54-44. And I'm here to tell you there could not have been a business in the town of POW that was open. Seemingly the whole town was at the Bres to watch the Pirates in their first Breslin final under 17th year head coach Luke Pohl. The last time PW was in the state title game was 1993. Now Detroit Consortium, and they're all everything. 6'8" sophomore Josh Jackson stand in the way. A tough final step on the ladder for the Pirates.
Well, it's going to be a difficult one for us. Consortium is considered one of the best teams in the state, all classes, but we really enjoy the challenge and we're accepting it, so we'll be ready to go.
One of the biggest challenges is going to be defending Jackson. How are you going to do that?
Well, I don't really want to tell you, but we do have some ways with him.
All right, Coach, you saved that for Saturday. Let me tell you how special this coach and the players on this team are. Some time ago, the team committed to an appearance on March 21st, that was Friday, to visit and play basketball with the underprivileged kids at the Clinton County RESA, where those less fortunate than us can experience the joys in life they so richly deserve. Even though the Pirates are in the state title game Saturday, they honored that commitment on Friday.
This is the most important game on our schedule every year, so this is the one we have to make, and we've got to make sure we're ready to play this ball game. So, of course, you could see we were ill-prepared. We didn't play worth a darn, and we got what we deserved, a loss from the Cougars.
What's the best part of today for you?
Oh, just reunite with my friends. We look forward to this. Since last year, you know, it goes by fast once you get here. But I mean, once we're here, we always have a blast.
This is really special. Come out here and, you know, make these guys' day. I mean, it just doesn't make their day; it makes our day. This is the bigger picture out here.
This is the best day of my life. They share themselves and the cheerleaders with our kids. We have a friendship with them, and they have a friendship with us. Our kids love them.
Here we go. Bring it back in. Team 1, 2, 3. Team.
How special is it to see these guys in the stands cheering you on?
Oh, that meant a lot. When Coach Bull pointed them out right after halftime, I had to give them a shout. I looked up, waved to them. They're all cheering. I appreciate it, so I had to go give them some love after the game.
The PW team came up in the stands. They hugged our kids. We're just thrilled for them.
It was fun. So I got to hug a couple of players, and I was so happy for the PW basketball team, and they were awesome to see.
One of the points I want to get across to our players every year is what do you do for people that can't do anything in return for you? And when you get that kind of attitude, I think you've arrived.
TV6 video journalist Corey Petey, a regular contributor to the Fifth Quarter. A big fan of PW, I might add, shot and edited that wonderful story in St. John's. Corey, thanks for sharing. Pirates, thanks for being who you are. More good news. Concerning a local basketball team, couple of players to share with you. Lindsay and Hannah Orwatt from Grand Ledge, who both passed the 1,000-point mark in their senior seasons, have decided to play college basketball together. Lindsay and Hannah have signed and committed to play at Oakland University together, where they will continue their education and their playing careers together, and to think it all started in the side driveway. All right, more women's hoop when we come back. In fact, college hoop. Susie Merchant and the Michigan State basketball team on the tournament road. Pack your bags, girls. You're playing in the sunny South. More on that up next on the Fifth Quarter. Hey, we have bus vids for you. We love bus vids. With the NCAA women's basketball tournament starting Saturday, the MSU ladies in the dance, the team packed up and left for Chapel Hill, North Carolina today. Spartans play Sunday as the 5 seed against 12 seed Hampton. So as they zipped their suitcases, the focus was on the challenge ahead in the big dance and on a better climate.
I'm happy about the weather for one, right? But I don't know. I think we should do well. Just stay focused on the goal, which is winning one game at a time. First Sunday and then Tuesday. So just win the weekend, and that's what we have in our minds.
Fred wants to know, did you fill out a boys bracket for the NCAA tournament?
I look at it and I'm afraid to fill one of those out because we get like 1,000 emails from our NCAA compliance people saying don't do that. So I don't want, even if I just do it for fun, I'm still kind of panicked about it.
Because you're going to get in trouble.
Because I'm going to get in trouble. So, and if anybody's going to get in trouble, it'll probably be me. So I'm abiding by our NCAA compliance people, and I don't even go near a pencil or a pen and a bracket.
Yeah, but Izzo just said he did one. Probably because it's just for fun and because he's Izzo. Women play Sunday at 12:40 in Chapel Hill. Again, those men's times. Michigan, Texas, 4:15 tomorrow on TV6, and tomorrow night, 8:40, the Spartans against Harvard. One postscript from last night's game in Spokane, watching his good buddy coach on the sidelines to yet another tournament win was Steve Mariucci, the former NFL coach, now very successful NFL analyst. Mooch and Izzo are best buds, old Iron Mountain pals, teammates at Northern Michigan, and Mariucci gets to his many tournament games as he can to watch his best bud do his March magic.
What keeps bringing you back? Obviously, your relationship with Tom, but what keeps bringing you back over and over?
Well, I wish I could see more regular season games, but I'm a little bit busier myself, too. So I made it to the Purdue game when we had the Combine in Indianapolis. I went up to see Spartans beat Purdue, but, you know, it's a lot of fun to watch this team, especially in tournament time. Let's face it, that's when it gets exciting, right?
When you hear him call these guys the Iron Mountain team, these guys coming off the bench, is that a compliment?
I guess. I don't know if they've ever had to shovel snow in the morning before school or anything like that. But you know, we have a lot of pride in our hometown, and just a small town, and you know, where everybody knows everybody else. You know, you're kind of raised by the village, right? Mm-hmm. But he tries to bring that family atmosphere here in this locker room, and I think he's done that over the years.
All right, MSU baseball, the winner in the Big Ten opener in Columbus. Ryan Krill, the winning hit in the 9th inning, 7-6. Two teams play there again tomorrow. And congratulations to Marianne Menifee, the goalie for Minnesota's women's hockey team. They're in the national championship game Saturday. Good night, everybody.